back. Here we go. Session 4 on the dermal roller. We got it sanitized, regularized, and sensationalized. Alright. Just hopped out the shower. It's on my hair's all wet and stuff. Pretty impressive. I'm super impressed. Like I'm actually getting some new hair growth. Pretty stinking cool. You know what I mean? It's real light, but you know what I mean? You can't say it don't work. It's just a matter of how many sessions. It's all we're figuring out now. Cause this is pretty crazy. I'm trying to see how fast I can get through this. Because I know some of these videos been kind of like 15 minutes long. So I want to see. Yeah, so let's see. The other day we did a chest. Warmed up 10 minutes on the sit down bicycle. I can't remember it off the name of top of my head. If you know, put it in the comments. Yeah, I just did 10 minutes on there, warm up, and then went over to the free weight room, and then hit the flat bench. Did a 30 with no weight on the bar. Warming it up, get the juices flowing, and then after that, I put a 45 plate on. Did 3x5, I know. So 3x5, 135, and then went to the incline bench. Did 30 on there, and then oh my gosh, I think I started with 25s on there, but I had to like drop weight like all the way down to where I was just like benching 5 pounds on each side, and I was like, well, it's better than just a bar. So, but yeah, it's should have never stopped lifting, bro. Should have never stopped lifting. That's the real takeaway. But it's okay. We'll get it all back. You'll see. Stay tuned. Yeah, and then after incline, I went over to the squat rack and I did standing military press, shoulder pressing it. Did the bar. I remember I was so gassed from incline bench. It was just like, oh man. But I wanted to get it in, get the lateral delt and the front delt. So got it in. I think I knocked out like 3x5 on that too. Which is weird, right? Because if you split 45, that's 22.5 pounds each hand. And it's like, I could do more than that. What the heck? So, I don't know. I must have just gassed myself on the flat and incline bench. But yeah, it was a good time. So, after I did that warm up set on flat bench, this kid, he was looking across the room. He's like, what's going on over here? And he came up to me. He's like, hey man, can you spot me? I was like, oh, I'm on. And yeah, he had 225 on the bar. Oh, yeah, I got you, bro. I guess it was a new PR for him. I had to bump it a few times. But he got it up, new 1 rep PR. I think he just needed to work on his breathing. He exhale on the way down, inhale on the way up, and I think once he gets that part down, he's gonna be unstoppable. And then, of course, I think the other two aspects were Or just maybe he wasn't stretched out, like he didn't stretch before he started lifting that day. You know, he probably just walked out there cold. All right, I'm gonna get this. Or maybe he'd already done his whole workout and then, all right, now I'm gonna try and max out. You know, which is not the way you do things. If you're gonna max out, you do it in the beginning because that's when you still got the most energy. Everything's ready to go. But yeah, it was pretty cool. You know, I'm barely getting back in the gym again, and people are already asking me a spot on. I'm getting up in the mix. It's pretty sweet. Pretty cool. Let's see. But yeah. Has anybody heard that new T.I. song that dropped? Man, that was a banger. I've seen it all over YouTube and the shorts and everything. That was pretty cool how he did a shout out to Crenshaw, you know, Okie Dog down in LA. That's what's up. You know, down there, Pico. I thought that was pretty dope. But I'm sure that you really giving Crenshaw a shout out because it's like, who's that rapper? Nipsey Hussle, right? Because he was all down there slossing, all that. Poor guy. But I mean, he had an awesome career. He, you know, toured the world, sold millions of records. So you can't really say he didn't, you know, can't say it really ended short for him. All you can say is, you know, maybe he would have put out a few more records talking about the same stuff. You know, he wasn't really a political rapper. He was really more of, you know, an aspirational, you know, talking about growing up, talking about, you know, where he's from. I mean, what are you going to do? Just keep reading more chapters in the same book, like War and Peace? And I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying that's what he was about. That was his whole thing. And that's what made him a great rapper. You know, a lot of rappers can't even do that because they're either middle class or they're a punk, getting fucked up every day, having to take different ways home. They got bullied, so one day somebody handed them a gun and they became a gangster. That's what I've noticed. You know, or they were just a loser. Somebody put a bag of dope in their hand and they sold it and they said, oh yeah, we're doing that again. Next thing you know, they're saying they're balling out of control, but they're homeless and always in and out of jail and yada yada yada. You know the rap. Bunch of jailbirds. You know. Remember one time back in Colorado, this kid was I don't think he was even 21 yet, and he was in a biker gang. Right out of freaking high school, going to community college. And he hit a lick. I never got the full story just because, like, you know, I'm staying out the mix. Like, I had my own stuff going on. But straight up, yeah, he hit a lick for 25 grand, and he paid the lawyer 10. And then that was it. He went on probation. Done deal. I was like, man, that's devious. It's the same thing as all those other financial criminals. You know, they destroying people's lives, and they don't even have to pay the full bounty. You know, like Bernie Madoff made hundreds of millions of dollars with his hustle, and he only had to pay a fraction of it back. What's he supposed to say? Oh, well, I only have this much left. No, bro, come on. I think that's a big scam. Is if they can prove you stole $100, your restitution should be $100 on top of everything else. You know, like why? I don't know. Like back in the '90s in the dot-com bubble, when people were just like starting websites and then taking them public, and they turned into penny stocks, and people were pumping and dumping them. You know, I remember one kid made like $6 million, had to pay $2 million back. Paid all that back. I don't know. It's just the way my mind works. drug people are, a lot of them, they get into trouble for identity theft. I think maybe that's where my mind went with this whole rant. You know, thinking about all the identity thieves out there who never really make amends on their crimes. You just get sentenced to probation or do like a year or two in the joint, and then they're on probation or parole, and then they get off paper, they get back on the dope, they do it again. Rinse, wash, repeat. You know, it takes a lot of commitment to stay off paper. Once you get institutionalized, you know, like you do more than a year in county or whatever, you're locked up for more than a year. It's kind of hard because you don't know the people out on the street no more. You only know the people who come in and out of county. You don't have no network. Your family gives up on you eventually because you don't really exist, bro. You're a ghost. You're a ghost. You get treated like a ghost. You're just a memory, a painful memory they want to put behind. They want to forget. These people come back and no opportunities, no education. Like, you know what I mean? Like, your best bet's being self-employed, and then what are you going to do if your body's broke? What are you going to do? I don't know, man. I'm sorry it's such a Debbie Downer tonight, but this thing is working. We are making some real documentable progress.